I just think I had the greatest idea in my mind for NBA 2K. A solution to at least help fix the problem with terrible randoms. Now everybody knows the way to rank up in NBA 2K, the fastest ways to play Pro-Am and to win the games. Now here's the thing about 2K, right? You gotta do a variety of things to actually get experience from Pro-Am, whether it's making shots, whether it's getting rebounds, getting assists, getting steals, getting blocks, etc, playing good defense, all that stuff, right? And at the end of the game, if you win the game, you get 1,000 extra experience. You get 1,000 extra rep. However, if you look at games like Rainbow Six Siege, Uncharted 4, any game that has a ranked mode, the emphasis is on winning. They do reward individual efforts, which does matter. So if you're really good on your team in Uncharted 4, you won't get penalized as much if you lose the game. However, it says something to win. In the NBA, in the NFL, whatever sport you play, even in competitive gaming, it's all about winning. You can have a guy on your team go for maybe 0 points. He might have 0 kills, but maybe he's doing something maybe he leads the team in objective captures or something like that. Maybe he's doing other things. It's not just about the points all the time. Sometimes some of these things don't show up in the stat sheet, man. I mean, sometimes we know how great LeBron James is, and sometimes LeBron James doesn't have the greatest stat games. You know, one game Carmelo Anthony had 1 point in one game, I think back in 2013 or 14, and the Knicks still won. Now, even though he had 1 point, it doesn't matter. The Knicks won. He still had an impact on that game, even though he had 1 point. So stats sometimes don't tell the whole story, and stats don't completely matter. So for NBA 2K, in order to fix the randoms and how bad these randoms and how selfish some of these point guards play and walk-on Pro-Am especially, and even on the park, 2K's got to put the emphasis on winning. Now, what do I mean by this? Instead of getting an extra 1,000 points for winning a Pro-Am game, or even an extra amount of points for winning a park game, y'all need to quintuple that amount. So, for example, if you win a walk-on game, instead of getting 1,000, you might get 5,000 extra points, man. I mean, think about that. Because some of these games, right, and I've been playing walk-on for a long time. I've been playing plenty of walk-on games to level up my players. Sometimes when you play walk-on, you don't necessarily get a lot of experience for some of these games won. And that's why you hear some people, and I've heard agents say this in the past, and a lot of people say this in the past, they say they would rather put 50 points and lose rather than putting up 20 points and win. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. But in 2K sense, it makes any sense, because if you put up 50 points and walk on Pro-Am, I don't care how much experience you get. If you get an extra 1,000 experience, that 50-point experience from playing that walk-on Pro-Am game is going to be higher than if you would have put up 20 points and win the game. So you would rather have the 50 points, and it would make sense that, of course, if you put 50 points up, you will get a lot of experience. But that takes a fact, that subtracts from the winning aspect, man. So if you put up 20 points and have a well-rounded game, you know, you did your job, and you win, there should be something to stay for that, man. You should be rewarded for winning as a team. Because there's 5 players on the court. Not everybody, every game can get a ton of experience, man. So instead of having all this individual effort be rewarded more than the winning, 2K should focus on the winning. And if 2K actually were to reward players for winning games and walk-on, and you know, add to the experience, you know, expand the experience you get from 1,000 to maybe 5,000, 6,000. I mean, that's a lot of experience, man. That's a lot of points to get from winning a game. I mean, you jump from 1,000 to 5,000 to 6,000. That's a big gap right there, and people would stop being, because people want that experience, man. The whole point of people playing walk-on and playing 2K, of course they want to play to enjoy the game, but you gotta understand, these people are trying to rep up, man. I'm trying to rep up, You're trying to wrap up. You're trying to get to the next upgrade. So if you were to win games and you were to get 5,000, 6,000 extra points, even 7,000 maybe, I mean, people would be like, fuck all that other shit. I'm trying to win this game. If it's like a close game, you're gonna do whatever you do. I mean, in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, it's a close game, tied game, and you got a chance to get an extra 6,000 experience. I mean, think about it. If you lose that game, after the game, you're gonna be thinking, man, I could have had 6,000 extra more experience, man. I could have had 6,000 more points to add to my percentage, man. And I just left that on the table because we were playing selfish basketball instead of playing team basketball. Think about that, man. And then after that, if you got an extra 6,000 or 7,000, 5,000 points to play for, then you're going to be looking at your teammates and be like, this nigga is still selfish, man. This nigga is still not passing the ball. He's still taking stupid shots. This nigga, now you can sit there and say, this nigga's a bad player. Because if you don't want to win a walk-on game to get those extra huge experience points, then what are you playing? How good really are you all then? I mean, seriously. So I think 2K, if 2K were to do that, instead of having extra, listen, 1,000 experience ain't nothing, man. I mean, it's a little bonus at the end of winning a game, but if you can lose a game and put up more points, put up more rebounds, more assists, then hell yeah, who cares about winning? And that's why I think some of these people, when they come into walk-on promo, when they come on the park, they're like, let me put up these big numbers. I don't care about my teammates. I'm trying to just level up. I'm trying to get experience the fastest way possible. And they don't give a damn about winning. And it's like, bro, you're not helping your teammates level up. You're not helping your teammates get the points. And you're not helping your teammates win the game. So I think if 2K were to add this, extra experience at winning in the game and made winning actually matter more, I think the whole park and the whole Prime experience, especially with randoms, is going to be a lot more fun. And it's going to be a lot more competitive, man. You're not going to have these blowout games or games where you're getting blown out for no reason at all when you shouldn't even be getting blown out. I think the games will be a lot more closer and more fun. And definitely, people will be actually trying to actually play team basketball, man. Because if you're sitting there getting doubled and still shooting shots, that's a problem. But it's not as much as a problem if you're still taking those shots when you have a chance at getting an extra 5,000 or 6,000 experience, man. So I just think 2K should actually reward more winning. Just like Rainbow Six Siege and Uncharted 4 and other ranked games, if you lose, you don't get rewarded for losing, fam. You get demoted. Your rank gets demoted. That's why some people think 2K should have a separate rank system. Because honestly, the rep system back in 2K16, 2K17, and even this system right now, it's based off how long you play rather than how good you play. I know everyone can see your record and stuff like that, but records are sometimes skewed and stuff like that. But anyways, man, let me know what you think about this idea, man. I think it's a great idea because if you play and you win, you deserve to be rewarded. Just like people get rewarded in the NBA for playing great and winning. I mean, people used to critique Carmelo Anthony all the time, and I'm sorry, I love Carmelo Anthony, but Carmelo Anthony is the perfect example of like a park or walk on a random, taking isolation shots, not passing the ball. I mean, Carmelo Anthony is still better than these walk on randoms and stuff like that, but that's a good example, man. And what has Carmelo Anthony shown for it? Of course, Carmelo Anthony never had the greatest teammates, of course. Now he has a teammate, and now he looks like he's winning with the Thunder. But there's nothing to show for it, man. No NBA Finals appearances, no NBA titles. I mean, that's what a basketball is, star-driven, but at the same time, it's still a team game. Look at the Warriors. They're star-driven, but they play team basketball, and look how many titles they won. They got 2 right now, man. I mean, Kevin Durant just got 1 easily last year. Maybe not easily, but he got the MVP, and he's doing his shit, you know what I'm saying? So, 2K... reward winning, get rid of all these people that just don't want to play team, and that's the main thing, right? Letting people not be selfish no more, man. Removing the selfishness out the game and bringing in more team play. But anyways, man, leave a like for more. I'm out for now. Peace.